Hey, welcome to Daily Bravo Drama. In this video, we will be talking about Tom Sandoval's latest police visit. Massive casting shakeups and secret hookups in the summer house. Secret lives of Mormon wives, star Layla Taylor's big announcement, and a wild past restraining order for a Love Island star. We'll cover everything coming up in this audio. Hey, this is Delilah.
Hey, this is Fahi.
Welcome to Reality TV Audio Podcast, where we break down the latest in reality TV every day.
Yeah, and today's deep dive is, it's really all about unpacking the raw facts from today's biggest reality TV articles.
We have a massive stack of sources to get through for you, so let's just get right into the most viral news online right now.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, it doesn't get more viral than the Vanderpump Rules universe. Right now, it's just a complete legal and PR crisis.
Total crisis. We're looking at this situation with Tom Sandoval and his now ex-girlfriend, Victoria Lee Robinson.
Right.
And just looking at the core facts, Tom actually filed for a restraining order against Victoria and her father, Will.
Yeah, which is huge. And then right on cue, a leaked video surfaces, just drops out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh, that video.
Yeah, in the clip, it looks like Tom is in this physical altercation with Will and literally pushes him into a fire pit.
Which is an incredibly intense visual to just, hit the internet.
Completely. But an insider close to Tom is actually claiming that this video is entirely stripped of context.
Okay, wait, what are they saying the context is?
So according to the source, the clip only captures a fraction of the incident. They allege that Tom has endured, months of physical and psychological abuse from Victoria and her father.
Wow.
Yeah. The source also states Tom never physically harmed Victoria and hadn't been physical with Will prior to that exact moment by the fire pit. They're claiming Tom actually has extensive video evidence of this alleged abuse that he plans to present in court.
Okay, I have to push back a little here.
Okay.
Because this is where the PR strategy totally confuses me.
How?
Well, if Tom truly has concrete video evidence of abuse that exonerates him, why wouldn't his camp leak that footage? Instead of letting the fire pit video dominate the entire news cycle.
That's a fair point.
Because we know his history, right?
Yeah.
He has this huge pattern of deflecting blame, so it's hard to just wait for the court date at face value.
Right. But, the reality of legal strategy versus PR strategy is that lawyers often advise locking down the most exonerating evidence for the actual judge.
Oh, instead of playing it out in the court of public opinion.
Exactly. Because if you blow your best evidence online, the opposing legal team has time to dismantle it. But, and this is great, this whole thing escalated even further.
Oh yeah, the police visit.
Right. The police were called to Tom's house again this past Saturday around 5:30 p.m.
Okay, so Victoria told the LAPD that she had a friend going over to pick up her belongings and that Tom just wouldn't let them in.
Yeah, and the details of this 5:40 p.m. visit are incredibly specific. Victoria sent this mover named Miguel to the house.
Right, Miguel.
And Miguel had Victoria on speakerphone because they were supposed to meet up. And the story goes that Tom overheard Victoria on the phone saying she was on her way to the house.
And that was the trigger point, right?
Basically. Tom reportedly got visibly distressed, fearing that they were going to come inside and he would just end up getting arrested.
So he called 911 himself.
Yes. He essentially called the police on himself to establish a paper trail and asked them to keep the peace, like a totally defensive maneuver.
And then there's another video from earlier that same Saturday showing Victoria screaming at Tom as he's putting a guitar in his car.
Oh, that video is intense.
She's yelling, "I fucking hate you," and telling him that just like all his ex-girlfriends, nobody likes him.
It's so messy.
It really is. Based strictly on the facts, we have competing narratives, multiple police visits, and leaked videos. We will have to wait and see what the court decides when that evidence is officially submitted, but right now, it is just a mess for Bravo to deal with.
A total nightmare for them. Which actually brings us to another network dealing with law enforcement involvement regarding their talent.
Oh, right. Dakota Mortensen and Taylor Frankie Paul from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah, so Dakota recently called the Bluffdale Police Department.
But to clarify right off the bat for you, there was no new physical altercation between Dakota and Taylor.
Right. Important distinction. Dakota contacted the police last Friday because he had concerns regarding the current protective order they have in place.
Specifically about the drop-off hours in custody of their daughter, ever.
Exactly. The police just reached out to Taylor to make sure everyone was literally on the same page regarding the rules of that protective order.
And the district attorney is looking at it now to ensure compliance. But I feel like the business side of this is where the real story is.
Oh, 100%.
Because I know what you were probably thinking. How on earth does a network justify moving forward with Taylor after everything that's happened?
Yeah, especially considering Taylor's season of The Bachelorette was shelved back in March.
Right, after that awful video surfaced of her throwing a chair at Dakota while her daughter was right there.
Yeah.
But now, there are reports that the network is actually discussing airing her season starting in mid-July.
And the underlying mechanics of reality TV production explain this perfectly. I mean, editors reportedly continued cutting the episodes even after the cancellation announcement.
Wait, really? They kept editing?
Yeah, because ABC had already spent millions producing the season. In television, the sunk cost fallacy is very real.
That is wild.
If they have the footage, there's always a debate in the boardroom about whether the controversy will actually drive premiere ratings up.
It's a fascinating look at network liability.
Yeah.
They are basically weighing the bad press against the potential ad revenue.
Exactly. It's a business at the end of the day.
Well, speaking of network liabilities, let's look at how Bravo is dealing with a totally different kind of liability out in the Hamptons.
Oh, you mean a stale cast?
Yes, which totally explains the massive summer house shakeups.
It's essentially a rebuilding year for the show. So first off, Amanda Batula is leaving in a full-time capacity after 10 seasons.
10 seasons is a long time.
It is. And this comes directly on the heels of the massive fallout, where she betrayed her husband, Kyle Cooke, and her longtime friend, Ciara Miller.
Right, all to strike up a romance with West Wilson.
Yeah, and the backlash online was immediate. Amanda lost brand deals, West got flooded with criticism, but apparently they are still going strong.
And Wes is actively trying to spin his own exit.
Of course he is.
He went on his Show Me Something podcast, which he hosts with Sophie Cunningham, and claimed he's just on a pause for the summer and wasn't officially fired.
Right, he stated that taking time out was just the right thing for everyone and that it wouldn't have been a fun summer.
Using a podcast to control the narrative is classic reality TV playbook.
Oh, totally. But while he's downplaying his exit, the two of them were spotted together at a restaurant and bar called Gordy's in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Yes, an eyewitness spilled the entire interaction to Dumois. Amanda apparently followed West to the men's room and waited outside.
As you do.
Right. And a friend asked West if they were getting married. West deflected and said, "Ask her." And Amanda replied, "Yeah, no."
But the eyewitness noted they were openly making out and exchanging "I love yous."
So they are very much together, even if Bravo isn't paying them to be right now.
And they aren't the only ones out. Ben Waddell and Sabrina Jett are officially out for season 11.
I heard production reportedly felt Ben just didn't gel with the rest of the cast.
Yeah, and an insider claims KJ Dillard opted out, though he might film a scene or two.
Plus, Dara Levitan is out. Dara just posted a very cryptic video on TikTok talking about how she's 33 and starting over.
Oh, the classic cryptic post.
Yeah, she said, quote, "Life is just one wild lesson in detachment, huh?" When cast members post vague quotes about detachment right before filming starts, it's almost always a signal that contract negotiations fell through.
Yeah, it's a total clearing of the house. But reality TV abhors a vacuum. Insiders say we can expect 5 or 6 newbies moving in to fill those beds.
Who are the rumored names?
So we have girls named Jamie and Jolie, a friend of Mia's, and 2 or 3 guys connected to Jesse, Carl, and Kyle.
Oh, and Lindsay Hubbard will be returning, but in an in-and-out capacity like last year.
Right. Well, with Amanda gone, Kyle Cooke is certainly keeping busy.
Oh, don't even get me started. 43-year-old Kyle was spotted kissing 26-year-old Ava Dash.
Ava Dash, like Damon Dash's daughter.
Exactly. She is the daughter of music producer Damon Dash and designer Rachel Roy, and she's actually on the Bravo show Next Gen NYC.
Wow.
Yeah, they were seen making out in the Celsius VIP section at the Palm Tree Music Festival.
Okay, a VIP section at a music festival is essentially a soft launch for a new reality storyline.
Oh, totally.
The eyewitness reported that they were kissing openly and there was a definite romantic vibe, though it's apparently very new.
But the real strategy here is how Kyle handled the press. When asked about Ava on Watch What Happens Live by Andy Cohen, Kyle flat out denied they were dating.
Which is just, I mean, what was his excuse?
His excuse was so ridiculous, I actually laughed out loud. He claimed they were just holding hands at a dinner date because they were doing a family blessing.
A family blessing? Are you kidding me?
Come on. Andy Cohen asks these questions precisely because he knows the cast will lie, and it makes for great live television.
It really does.
It's the absolute irony of reality TV. The very second his ex-wife leaves the show, Kyle is at a music festival VIP section, holding hands for a family blessing with a 26-year-old.
It certainly sets up a compelling storyline if Ava crosses over to Summer House.
Definitely.
And keeping with the Summer House universe, Yvonne Nazier from the spinoff In the City also appeared on Watch What Happens Live.
She did, and she really went to bat for Lindsay Hubbard. Yvonne specifically called out Wes Wilson for his previous comments shading pregnant Lindsay.
Right, because Wes had suggested Lindsay shouldn't have been at the Hamptons house while pregnant.
Which is just a crazy thing to say. Yvonne completely shut that down, saying she hated that he said that, and adding that Lindsay proved you can still have a great time while expecting.
Yvonne also dropped some matchmaking details on the WWHL after show. She actually wants to set Lindsay up with Gavin Mosley.
Oh, that could be interesting.
She thinks they have similar backgrounds and are both very vocal, which, in reality TV translates to excellent chemistry.
For sure. Yvonne also confirmed some happy news. Danielle Oliveira just had her baby, Aiden, with Io and Heavy.
That's so sweet.
Oh, but then she revealed that she and her husband, Nick Barber, did not sign a prenup.
Wait, really? No prenup?
No prenup, which, given the divorce rate on these shows, is a massive financial risk. We see these marriages dissolve on camera all the time, so skipping the asset protection is just wild.
It really is wild. All right, before we get into the housewives, we are going to take a quick second for our midway engagement feature.
Yes. Quick shout out to our listener, Sarah from Chicago, who asked us to cover the Summer House casting tea.
We got you, Sarah, and we have a quick fun fact for you. Did you know that Bravo reality shows film up to 6 hours a day just to get one usable 5-minute scene?
That ratio is insane, but keep it in mind because it perfectly explains some of the drama we are going to talk about later.
But first, let's jump into the housewives, starting with Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
Okay, so Alicia Carmody finally explained a quirk that fans have been analyzing all season long.
Oh, the crackers.
Yes, the crackers. If you watch the show, you know Alicia's constantly eating crackers on camera.
She went on Jake Shane's therapist podcast and explained that it's entirely driven by anxiety.
Right, she said she gets that butterfly feeling in her stomach and just needs a cracker. She actually compared it to someone wanting a cigarette, noted that she used to smoke but quit when she got pregnant.
Which is super relatable.
Yeah.
She also addressed the mechanics of her ongoing feud with Liz McGraw.
They've known each other since birth.
Right. Exactly, but they had a massive falling out this season after Liz disputed Alicia's claim that she was homeless as a child.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, Liz argued Alicia wasn't homeless because she was staying with family members.
And Alicia admitted that in the real world, she would have completely cut Liz off and never spoken to her again. But she decided she had to forgive her.
Let me guess. Because they are on a television show together.
Bingo. This is the core engine of Housewives drama. You are contractually obligated to share a call sheet and attend the same dinners as your enemy, which just forces fake resolution for the camera.
Exactly. The production schedule forces proximity. Moving down to Atlanta, Pinky Cole from RHOA was on Watch What Happens Live, and she also tackled some rumors head-on.
Oh, she went in. She called her co-star Angela Oakley Pinocchio.
Ouch. What was this about?
This was regarding the rumor that Shemaya Morton cheated on her husband, Gerald Mwangi. Pinky said she absolutely doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
She pointed out that Shemaya has a handsome husband, and you just don't play with people's marriages like that. She literally said she was looking at Angela like Pinocchio because the lies were so obvious.
Pinky also took the opportunity to debunk a totally bizarre rumor about herself, the accusation that she had a wife in the basement.
That was so funny. Pinky looked right at the camera and confirmed that the only things in her basement are a hot water heater and some old boxers.
She even brought Andy Cohen a copy of a book she jokingly titled Wife in the Basement, saying, "When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade."
And her husband, Derek Hayes, apparently found the whole rumor hilarious.
Pinky also shared a great behind-the-scenes detail. Portia Williams actually gave her advice before her debut season, telling her to just be yourself and warning her not to self-produce.
Which is great advice. For anyone wondering, self-producing is when a cast member tries to act as their own director, setting up fake conversations or hiding real issues to manipulate their storyline.
Right, and it almost always backfires because the editors have the final say and will expose it.
It's the cardinal sin of reality TV. Over in Beverly Hills, we're seeing how public perception really impacts the cast. Alexia Umansky, who is Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky's daughter, is hitting back at her critics.
Yeah, Alexia just turned 30, And she posted an Instagram video addressing all the people calling her a Nepo baby and claiming her daddy gave her everything.
Because she stars on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Buying Beverly Hills, and she's been working at her dad's real estate firm since she was 22.
Right. She fully acknowledged that she is a Nepo baby, but she questioned why people feel the need to constantly try and make her feel small by calling her dad daddy.
She revealed that dealing with this pressure, the assumption that everything was handed to her on a silver platter, is actually a battle she has had to overcome in therapy.
That's tough.
She said she almost didn't go into real estate because she knew people would try to undermine her. And she made a really interesting point, arguing that there used to be honor in building a family business and passing it down to your children.
It's a heavy professional burden. And speaking of using social media to manage public perception, we have to look at how the cast of The Valley, Persian Style, is handling the lead up to their new season.
So the drama between Gara Chidaji, who we all know as Gigi, and Reza Jackson is already spilling out online.
Big time. Reza posted a slideshow of photos on Instagram to hype up season 2. It included a cast photo with Gigi.
And Gigi just went into the comments and simply wrote, "Untag me."
An Instagram comment is essentially a modern press release for a reality star.
It really is. Gigi then followed that up a few days later with a cryptic post on her own page.
What did she say?
She wrote about how you can tell a lot about a person by what they do after hurting you. She talked about how some people rewrite the entire story in their head to avoid feeling guilty, and how accountability is rare because protecting the ego is easier.
Wow. Very pointed.
Yeah, she added a caption saying, "Accountability. Try it." By doing this, she is setting the narrative for season 2 before a single trailer even drops.
Which drives fan engagement and forces people to pick sides based solely on a comment section. It's brilliant marketing.
It really is. Now, shifting from controlling the narrative on Instagram to controlling it on a major external platform.
Oh, you're talking about Layla Taylor from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
Yes. She just made a major announcement on Jay Shetty's podcast. She officially came out as bisexual. She stated explicitly, "I'm gay and I'm bi and date women and men."
That is huge. Layla is 25, and she talked about how growing up in a predominantly white area as a little black girl within the Mormon church made her feel like she just didn't fit in.
Right, and that she didn't have the space to openly express her sexuality.
She actually said she used to watch Pretty Little Liars and wonder why she found it hot when the female characters kissed, but she wasn't sure if it was just a phase.
What's really interesting about the timing and platform here is that her ex-husband, Clayton Wessel, actually encouraged her to come out.
They divorced in 2025, but clearly still have a foundational respect, which is nice to see. Layla also revealed that she is currently dating a woman, though she is keeping her name private for now to take things at her own pace.
And here's the craziest detail. None of her co-stars on the show knew about her sexuality before this podcast dropped.
None of them.
Nope. She said she wanted to tell them in person rather than over a text, so they're all finding out right along with the public.
Wow.
By choosing a massive external podcast like Jay Shetty's, instead of doing it on the show, she completely controls her own story without editors being able to splice it up.
That control is crucial, because sometimes reality stars just don't get to control what information gets out, especially when it involves public legal records.
Well, this is about the Love Island USA contestant, Tiara Davis, right?
Yeah, a bombshell report just dropped. TMZ obtained a restraining order filed against Tiara way back in 2018.
The details on this are intense. The order was filed by a woman named Shayla Woodard, who was 16 at the time. Tiara was 17.
And according to the court documents, Shayla alleged that Tiara physically assaulted her and actually threatened to shoot her with a gun.
And all of this was allegedly over a feud regarding an ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. Shayla stated in the filings that she called the police, but Tiara continued to harass her, which led to the restraining order request.
A judge actually signed off on a temporary order back then, but the whole thing ended up being thrown out and dismissed.
Right, and sources say Shayla only just found out Tiara was on Love Island this week, but wishes her the best.
It's wild because you'd think network background checks would catch this. But I guess when a case involves minors and is ultimately dismissed, it often just flies under the radar until an internet sleuth digs it up.
And the internet sleuths are working overtime right now. Just ask Sierra Miller, who is hosting the Love Island Aftersun show.
Oh, Sierra has been dealing with so much on social media. She took to the app Threads to aggressively defend herself against accusations from viewers.
What were they accusing her of?
Fans were accusing Sierra of being blind to colorism, specifically regarding the dynamics between contestants Alana Kaiser, KC, and Anaya. This is after Alana left the show following a video where she seemingly used a racial slur.
Right. And Ciara told the fans they needed to, quote, fucking relax.
And this brings us right back to that fun fact we talked about earlier. Ciara reminded everyone that they filmed for 6 hours, and a lot of perspective is left on the cutting room floor.
She basically said she could write a dissertation on colorism in reality TV and told people not to question her empathy because she has literally lived it.
It really highlights the immense pressure put on these hosts. Fans demand immediate, perfect reactions to incredibly complex social issues based entirely on 5-minute segments that editors carved out of 6 hours of raw tape.
Exactly. Now let's cross over to the Mediterranean to see how the below-deck crew is handling their own unedited moments.
Nathan Gallagher and the crew just scored a massive tip, like $50,018 from a notoriously difficult charter guest named Joseph.
When you break that down, it is a huge payday for the crew.
In his confessional, Nathan did the math and joked that the money would buy a lot of diapers.
He then looked at the camera and told Gail Cameron, "Let's make another baby."
Because, for context, Nathan and Gail already share a son named Caden.
Right?
Nathan even left the crew dinner early that night, specifically because he knew Gail was at home struggling with Caden by herself.
It was a really great TV moment, but there was a giant asterisk here.
Oh yeah, the rumors.
Despite that sweet setup on camera, there are loud rumors right now that Nathan and Gail may have actually split up recently.
We'll have to see if the timeline of the show catches up to the real world's rumors.
Finally, we have a major update on the patriarch of the McBee dynasty, Steve McBee Sr.
He's currently serving a 2-year federal prison sentence for crop insurance fraud, right?
Yes, he surrendered in December 2025, and his expected release is December 2027, though he could get out sooner.
His son, Cole McBee, did an interview and was asked if his dad will return to the reality show.
And Cole said that once his legal issues are cleared up and they finish everything with the government, Steve Sr. will likely return to the show full-time.
Which creates a massive power vacuum on the show right now, with the sons trying to run the business while he's away. But returning to a show after prison is a pretty well-worn path.
Oh, completely. Steve McBee Sr. is essentially taking the Teresa Giudice playbook and leveraging a federal prison stint into a massive reality TV comeback storyline.
Based strictly on the facts of reality TV history, viewers turn out in droves for a redemption arc. Monetizing a prison sentence is just part of the business model at this point, and people will definitely tune in to see a real American cowboy come home from camp.
We've covered a lot of ground today, analyzing everything from PR strategies behind leaked videos to the business of rebuilding a stale cast.
And this is exactly why you tune in, right? Reality TV moves at lightning speed. The episodes you watch on screen are months behind the actual messy truth happening behind the scenes in real time.
Yeah, and staying updated on the raw facts and the business decisions behind them is the only way to really understand the shows you are watching.
It provides the necessary context for every fight, every cryptic Instagram comment, and every casting decision.
Absolutely.
But before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over. We talked about Tom Sandoval's police visits and video evidence. We talked about Taylor Frankie Paul's shelved season potentially airing.
Right.
With reality stars like them keeping their platforms despite heavy police involvement and undeniable video evidence, at what point do networks officially decide that good TV isn't worth the liability?
That is the million-dollar question for the industry right now.
Make sure you tune in next time, because
Okay.
we've got a massive top-secret casting leak that could change the future of Beverly Hills forever.